RDC is Europe's leading IT asset recovery services provider. Specialising in selling for reuse and recycling, RDC handle more than 1.5 million items of IT equipment each year. Established in 1991, RDC now manage contracts for governments and private organisations across the world, from operational facilities in mainland Europe and UK headquarters in Essex.
We are in the business of ensuring that our customers comply with all the legal issues around the management of end-of-life equipment, and then coupling that with a generation of value. RDC unites these two key elements into an integrated service package and then manages this whole issue on behalf of our customers throughout Europe.
Our customers want residual revenue, they want environmental compliance, and they want data security. RDC is unique in the way in which we deliver the service. We align our service delivery teams to vertical markets. So we become very knowledgeable, for instance, about the financial sector. We understand some of the constraints and challenges they face. We become familiar with those. We understand how to deal with them.
The audit trail begins with the collection and scanning of IT assets at the customer site. When equipment arrives at RDC, the key task of goods in is to reconcile the equipment collected against the equipment expected. Any discrepancies are reported immediately to the customer. Equipment is sorted into main types, including systems, monitors, notebooks and printers, and palletised ready for technical processing. RDC's technical processing ensures equipment is safe for reuse, data wiped, and audited for resale. Teams of skilled technicians process equipment by product type. All equipment has to undergo a portable appliance test to ensure it is electrically safe. Each product type is subject to a variety of functionality tests. These tests establish the full specification of the product for both the customer reporting and prospective purchasers of the equipment. As part of the process, technicians remove all customer-specific identification and replace them with an RDC data label, which gives each item a unique reference which can be tracked throughout RDC's system.
Data security is extremely important to our customers. There's a lot of legislation around data protection, both in the public sector and the corporate market.
RDC only uses data eradication software products approved by international governments for the destruction of data on all media devices. The software is used on every hard drive, and details of the device and the performance of the data wiping function are electronically recorded. These electronic certificates are stored for a minimum of 7 years to enable customers to interrogate the audit trail on any item of their equipment. All devices that cannot be successfully data wiped are immediately removed from their host system and separated for physical shredding. An additional option for customers is to wipe data held on systems at their site. This has been particularly useful for customers undergoing large data center upgrades with significant volumes of hard drives across bulky server units. RDC has 6 purpose-built volume data wiping stations. These data wiping stations can wipe hundreds of hard drives simultaneously, with each drive creating its own electronic data wiping certificate. Any drives that cannot be successfully data wiped on site will have their data disabled using a mobile degaussing station. These failed drives are removed and transported back to RDC for physical shredding. Remarketing is the key to generating financial returns for RDC's customers. Nearly 70% of equipment that RDC processes is resold for reuse. The remarketing team is divided into 5 main sales areas: UK and Scandinavia, Europe, Africa, Americas, Asia Pacific, and end-user sales. Each of these teams has salespeople who are fluent in one or more local languages or dialects. The success of the multilingual teams means that RDC exports 2/3 of equipment to 65 countries across the globe. It is the combination of this global reach and end-user sales that enables RDC to give its customers consistently high revenues for their products. A proportion of remarketing product is loaded with Microsoft second user licenses under the Microsoft Authorized Refurbisher scheme.
The Microsoft Authorized Refurbisher program gives RDC the ability to make it very clear that they're selling a genuine quality product. It provides Microsoft software appropriate for refurbished PCs, so it increases the value of the asset being disposed in the marketplace. RDC is one of the first people in the program.
Many of RDC's customers decide to reuse equipment themselves by redeploying their assets back into their own organisation. Equipment that meets a customer's threshold is routed from technical processing to RDC's projects area. Here, the equipment is cleaned to a high standard and various customer applications and images are reloaded to make the product ready for internal reuse.
In recycling, we not only manage the process ourselves, but we manage the downstream recyclers. We track all the materials through the process, we track the process itself to make sure it's safe and environmentally responsible, and ultimately we report back to our clients how much of their material has been recycled and what the outcome of that recycling process is. And we're proud to say that the zero landfill and IT waste, and with recycling of packaging materials, we're now up to over 98% recycling by weight.
RDC's IT asset management software is at the heart of all its processes. This tool is fundamental to the internal management of all customer contracts as well as the production of financial and environmental reporting. RDC was one of the first organisations in the UK to integrate quality, environment and safety under the world's first integrated management system, PAS 99. RDC has achieved certification to ISO 27001, the international standard for information security systems. This standard raises the bar in the market by placing information security at the centre of all RDC's processes.
By having an independent assessment by the BSI, it means that it's not just us saying that the information is secure. This is an internationally renowned assessment body saying that RDC is a safe pair of hands.
At RDC, sustainable development is about managing the business needs of the present in ways that do not compromise our needs in the future. In 2009, RDC was one of only 10 organisations in the UK to be granted a Queen's Award for Enterprise for Sustainable Development. This award recognises RDC's achievements in environmentally responsible recycling, sustained economic success, and its efforts to promote sustainable business both locally and overseas.
If I could sum up the key to what the customers want from us, it's security. It's security in handling their data. It's security in terms of where the kit ends up when it cannot be sold, and that's the downstream audit of recycling processes. It's also the fundamental fact of the financial stability of the supplier of the service itself.
We have network presence in 170 countries around the world. We operate a PC estate of about 120,000 units. BT selected RDC as our disposal partner, really in terms of the scale that they operate at, not just in terms of collecting and disposing of our equipment, but also in their ability to resell that around the world and achieve best in market values for BT's IT equipment.
What impresses me about RDC is the way they have a global view of the marketplace and the way they focus on getting the best value from the asset being disposed of for the customer.
When I came down to see RDC, the thing that really impressed me was the care with which every single bit of each piece of equipment is thought about, is looked at, is found a use for. It was that thoroughness of approach. Nothing was seen as disposable. And it was that quality, I think, that really shone out for me in the way in which RDC approached this.
By using RDC as our disposal partner, BT is globally compliant with all legislation around the world where we operate in terms of data protection and disposal. We know that none of our end user computing equipment ends up in a landfill, which is very important to us. We are green across all of our service levels around disposal, which means the customer experience for our users is great.
When they say they're going to do something, they do it. They deliver a job, a quality job.
It's the guarantee that RDC are able to give us. It's the level of professional service over a whole number of years. Not only that, you've shown that it's economically advantageous, because for every piece of equipment that we send to you, you not only take care of it in a sensible and sustainable way, but what's more, you pay us for it. And that return of money to the Environment Agency, it makes it a win-win for us.
Peace of mind, quality and value is key to their success.
Through the skillful operational and commercial management of this material, the management of risks and the combination of revenue generation, we feel we can offer our customers an unrivaled service in the overall management of this issue in delivering revenue and compliance.
RDC has shown that you can be a sustainable company. You can operate in a way that is commercially successful without having to compromise one for the other.
You can do all the right things and still generate cash back to your organisation.